Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store, our Kings, Ben Shalom. I suppose, is the word relief after that? It was a bit of a nasty test for Callum Simpson. The guy's had more knockouts than he's had fights, but he survived it and he showed that grit, that relentlessness, that never say die attitude to pull through. How pleased are you, first of all, with him coming through?
I am not just pleased, relieved, as you said, but what a night. What an unbelievable night. I think Callum Simpson doing 15,000 capacity crowd for a European title fight just shows where we're at and where he's going to go. But Ivan Zucco, 18 knockouts out of 21 fights for a reason, 21 wins, top level fighter. We're supposed to fight Kevin Sancho, as Callum said. This wasn't a chosen fight. This was who we had to fight for the European title. It was going to be tough. He was going to have to be world level, and he was. At times, he got caught because he fights. He fights that way. He comes forward. He takes risks. Zucco is very, very heavy-handed, and that left hand was heavy at times. But it made for a really exciting fight. Callum is still a work in progress. I think when you're headlining the shows, because of your fan base, people forget, where you're at. This is the European title. He's still a work in process. He's a world level fighter. But the way he came through tonight and this finish was phenomenal. And as I say, thank you to the fans, because they were absolutely, I've not witnessed a noise like that from round one till the end.
I want to ask you, so he's done this the traditional route, step by step, but he's always been, I said this, still very raw, still a lot to learn, and he's got so far doing it like this. Has that sort of, even though it probably sent your heart racing, has that sort of give you a bit more confidence now, going, you know what, you've been asked, your heart's been questioned, you grit, you bottle, and he's gone, no, not tonight, and managed to force that stoppage? Because it would have been easier. We've seen a lot of fighters, they get dropped, they can go into the shell, just get to the end of the fight, especially after 2 knockdowns, but he didn't. And as soon as he was hurt, you could tell that was it.
You know what? I think the first knockdown was a flash knockdown, so I wasn't too concerned. Then he got hit, and then he got hurt a few times. But I think, as you said, Callum is so fit and so ferocious that it's going to be hard to keep up with him for 12 rounds. And although he starts quickly, he keeps coming in, he keeps coming in, he keeps coming. I felt like he could have used the uppercut earlier. I felt like that was going to be the finisher. I said before the fight, I felt that's how he would end the fight, and he did. But his mentality and the way he approaches fights always gives me confidence. He's got the world at his feet now. He's worked for every fan that he's got. He's worked for every moment that he's got. He's worked for every belt that he's got. There isn't a harder working man in boxing that I know, and he deserves it. As an emotional night for him, emotional night for his family, everything they've been through. But the whole of Barnsley is extremely proud of him.
What do you make of the night as a whole? There was a lot of drama. I mean, Mark Jeffers, look, he's come over here. Probably didn't realise he was a fan favourite coming from America, but he was getting cheered, and he caused an upset tonight. But Mark will be looking to bounce back. But what did you make of the night as a whole? It's just been a whirlwind.
It has been a whirlwind. Look, that was an unbelievable fight. Sean Hemphill, it wasn't much made of it at the time, but came off the back of 12 rounds with William Skull. Then had 2 big wins and was coming here to win. Mark Jeffers got married in the middle of his camp, which is never good. But it was an unbelievable fight. He felt maybe he got cold out there. I don't know, because the Mark Jeffers I know is world level, and he's better than that. But it made for an unbelievable fight, and that's boxing. And credit to Sean Hemphill, who's a phenomenal fighter. He'll now be looking probably at the Callum fight. So great night. But as you said, a whirlwind, and gutted for Mark, because he's found it tough to get opportunities in his career, and boxing is such a cruel sport that it doesn't always prepare you for the hardest opportunities at the right time. And yeah, absolutely gutted for him, because he should be. Sean Hemphill is a very, very good fighter and did very, very well to win in a very close fight. But Mark's a phenomenal fighter, and he will bounce back. But gutted for him tonight.
During your tenure at Sky, look, a lot's been made about the deal, but you've had these stadium shows. You're giving the likes of a Chris Billum-Smith an opportunity to achieve his dream, Callum Simpson, so on and so forth. I suppose, before I ask you the question you're expecting, has that been one of sort of maybe your prouder moments? The fact you've delivered for these people, whether they've won, lost, drawn, or whatever's happened, there's been the opportunities and there's been these big nights.
Look, we've had to build all our fighters from absolute scratch, and a lot of them local fighters, a lot of them fighters that debuting with us and have made it to headline status, whether that's, as you said, Chris Billam-Smith in his hometown, Callum Simpson, Lauren Price, Adam Azim, Ben Whittaker, all these fighters starting from the very start. And I know I'm missing a lot there, but that's been the focus. So tonight, when you see a small hall fighter coming to you on the small hall scene in Oldham, coming to me in Manchester and saying, look, can we do anything? And then to get him here for a European title in front of a stadium, that's what it's all about. And we've done it time and time again, and delighted for him. And this is, for me, what British boxing is all about.
Definitely. Look, let's address the elephant in the room. Everyone were talking a couple of days ago. You addressed it, I thought, and said, look, there's a big announcement coming. We're still in talks. The Times has really sort of gone in on this a little bit, and obviously you always get linked to Mazhar and Majeed, and they've been gone in quite hard on the headline. I'm sure you've seen it, and the Daily Mail have followed up. What do you make of this now? They've sort of announced that nothing will be done with Sky. And can you give us a minor update into what's going on? Because I know that things have come out in the past, so it's your time to address.
Look, I think even they've been gunning for us for a long time, about the same story over and over again for many years, about a guy that was involved with every other promoter before we were even in the sport, representing fighters. We're a promoter. I think even what I said on Thursday, we're still in discussions. We've got a big announcement to come. We've had an unbelievable time recently. We've had some absolutely massive shows. Our fighters are just getting to headline status. And so, of course, a lot of broadcasters are going to be interested. Of course, we're going to be in a lot of talks. And that's where we're at. We're in talks. We've got a big announcement to come, and we've got a massive end to the year. And people might want to this and that, but that's the reality.
Well, Ben, I'm going to let you get off. You've got a few people waiting. Congrats on tonight. We'll catch up soon.
Thank you. Cheers.